For thousands of years, the oceans were barriers, vast, mysterious, and terrifying. Beyond the horizon, entire worlds remained unknown. Most people would never travel far from home. Maps ended where certainty disappeared. And beyond those borders, legends began. But during the 15th century, something extraordinary happened. Humanity decided to challenge the unknown. Sailors, explorers, and dreamers set course toward distant horizons. What followed would transform geography, trade, science, and civilization itself. This was the age of exploration, the moment humanity discovered the world. By the late Middle Ages and Renaissance, Europe was changing rapidly. Trade expanded, knowledge increased. New technologies improved navigation. Compasses became more reliable. Shipbuilding advanced. Maps became more detailed. At the same time, many nations searched for new trade routes. Spices, silk, gold, and valuable goods flowed from distant regions. Control of these routes meant wealth and power. The desire for opportunity pushed explorers toward unknown oceans. For the first time in history, the world seemed ready to be connected. Among the first nations to embrace exploration was Portugal. Located on the Atlantic coast, Portugal looked toward the sea. Prince Henry the Navigator encouraged voyages along the coast of Africa. Each expedition traveled farther than the last. Sailors mapped coastlines, studied currents, learned new navigation techniques. Progress came slowly, but every voyage expanded human knowledge. Portuguese explorers helped open the first chapter of global exploration. Their determination would eventually change the world. In 1498, Vasco da Gama achieved one of history's most important voyages. By sailing around Africa, he reached India by sea. The journey was dangerous. Storms threatened ships. Supplies ran low. Disease spread among crews. Yet success created a direct maritime connection between Europe and Asia. Trade transformed. New opportunities emerged. The voyage demonstrated that oceans could unite civilizations rather than separate them. A new era had begun. While Portugal explored routes around Africa, another navigator pursued a different idea. Christopher Columbus believed he could reach Asia by sailing west. In 1492, he crossed the Atlantic Ocean. After weeks at sea, land finally appeared. Columbus believed he had reached Asia. In reality, he had encountered continents unknown to Europeans. His voyage became one of the most influential events in human history. The encounter between worlds transformed societies across the globe. History would never be the same. Exotic exploration brought opportunity, but it also brought conflict. Empires expanded. Territories changed hands. Indigenous civilizations encountered foreign powers. Trade networks grew larger. Cultures interacted in new ways. Ideas, plants, animals, technologies, and diseases crossed oceans. Historians often describe this transformation as the Columbian Exchange. Its effects reached every continent. Human history became increasingly interconnected. The modern global world was beginning to emerge. One voyage proved beyond doubt that the world was far larger than many imagined. Ferdinand Magellan launched an expedition seeking a western route to Asia. The journey became one of the greatest adventures in history. Storms, starvation, mutiny, and uncertainty followed the expedition. Magellan himself would not survive the voyage. Yet his crew completed the first circumnavigation of the Earth. For the first time, humanity demonstrated the true scale of the planet. The world became more understandable than ever before. As explorers returned home, map makers transformed geographic knowledge. Blank spaces slowly disappeared. Coastlines became clearer. Oceans gained names. New continents appeared on maps. Every expedition improved humanity's understanding of the Earth. Maps became symbols of discovery. The unknown was shrinking. Knowledge was expanding. The age of exploration reshaped nearly every aspect of human society. Trade expanded across oceans. Empires accumulated wealth. Scientific knowledge increased. Cultures interacted on unprecedented scales. Entire economies transformed. The world became connected through maritime networks. For better and worse, human history entered a new phase. Globalization had begun. The explorers of the age of exploration sailed beyond the edge of certainty. They faced storms they could not predict, oceans they could not fully understand, and horizons that seemed endless. Yet they continued forward, driven by curiosity, driven by ambition, driven by the desire to discover what lay beyond the known world. Their journeys connected continents, changed civilizations, and transformed humanity's understanding of Earth forever. This was the age of exploration, the moment the world became one connected story. And perhaps the greatest legacy of exploration was not the lands discovered. It was the mindset created, the belief that the unknown should not be feared, but explored. Every generation faces its own horizon. Every era confronts its own mysteries. The explorers of the 15th and 16th centuries remind us that progress often begins with a simple question: what lies beyond? And in searching for that answer, humanity changed the world forever.